This is us resuming again, myself, Dave Tott, with Electra, and we have a special guest who chooses to remain anonymous. Later on in the show, I'm going to play a song, but I'm going to wait for Electra has to go home fairly soon, as does our guest. And where were we just now?
I noticed you played back the end of the recording that we did before.
If everybody could be heroes, it would be so awesome.
We all would be.
Well, it would help
awesome.
with construction.
We would not have heroes. There would be no. We wouldn't call it heroism.
Beingism, personism. You could be a person, human.
You could just be yourself and be happy with it. How's that?
Well, if we had if some of the structured rules that we had in society produced people like that, it would be wonderful. And go back to the Volkswagen thing again.
Well, the Volkswagen thing.
People had to lie continuously to keep their jobs and keep their families fed.
Our dignity sells for so little. That's basically it. There's people doing stuff that they don't like. They don't want to do even, but they still do it. Well, here 5 days a week, and so 5 out of 7 days at work you do something that you don't like. Is that life? Is your life 2 out of 7?
And you're forced to sacrifice your integrity 5 out of 7 days. I had such a huge problem in writing this freaking letter, and that so many people were afraid to speak out. They had to get permission in order to say stuff that adheres to nature's laws. And to me, it's the shuttle disaster writ large, where engineers go to the managers and said, this can't possibly work. There's a wonderful song called the Mushroom Management Song. And I should do that. Not now. And I lost my thread, man.
Never mind, it's late.
Mushroom Management Song, yeah. Wasn't planning on being here this late. Did you have any special things that you wanted to talk about tonight?
Well, you're the host of this podcast, but I prefer having a casual and open talk.
Okay.
That if we're lucky, some people might find it interesting and enjoy listening to it, but we don't know. I don't know.
Well, it's like, I am forcing things a little bit. I haven't done a radio show in quite some time. But I'm thinking that this is a way of having dialogues like this and trying to show a different perspective on how to solve society's problems.
What I get your agenda that you had before we came in here, that faded away probably in some way.
Well, a little bit. We kept circling around to it. Sometimes you can only approach problems obliquely.
Well, you had the idea to talk more about technology for improving society, and I insisted that technology doesn't fix society. No, at least not a technology that is something that we create physically, but there is a technique that we all should learn and appreciate when we communicate with each other. And basically what I'm saying is that communication means sharing, and there's nothing that I could share with me. I'm just the one with everything that I am, so there is no point in what is this sharing talk all about. I'm talking to myself. I have this inner conversation. I have this inner dialogue. I have this inner monologue. I ask myself. I listen to myself. I said to myself, You hear people saying that every day. Every day. They say it. They write it. They talk about it in the radio. They talk about it on television. And it's complete nonsense, because you cannot possibly communicate with yourself. You can listen to your own voice, that's true, but that's not communication. If you write a program, perhaps a routing protocol, and you listen to your own data packages and take it as new information, that doesn't sound like the work of a sane programmer to me.
It happens all the time. And you also get garbage in and garbage out.
Asking for garbage.
Yeah.
I was asking myself for garbage. Right.
Yeah, and then recursively asking yourself. You have to go down a fractal collapse pattern. Anyway, I gotta do this, Electra. We've played a lot of music together, and I loved it when we rapped.
Well, I don't know if I am in the mood of delivering a good rap. We can try. The fact that you talk in your head doesn't mean that you think. It only means that you're talking to yourself.
Out in the night, just out of sight, there's a star overhead, and soon we'll be living in the ooze, living in the ooze.
I can't help me. You cannot help yourself. It's impossible to stand imaginary by your side and get important information by that imaginary person that you just created inside your head. But I can help you.
Easter Island, I'm all I turns to, man. With your technology, why are you with me? So you'll be living in the ooze and turning corn to booze down in Santa Cruz, living in the ooze.
Let's hack the planet.
Living in the ooze.
Do you know the Dunning-Kruger
Living in
effect?
the ooze.
You know it?
Living in the ooze. Living in the ooze.
You see, the problem with these people is that they're so incompetent. They're incompetent together, how incompetent they are. It's called the Dunning-Kruger effect. Well, actually, I can't say it so well like Eric Idle from Monty Python. He has this beautiful video.
Fuck you very much,
The FCC.